morning and carpe diem. Many of you will recognize this Latin phrase that means seize the day. Make the most of every moment of life. That is my goal. As I introduce myself to you this morning, I hope to share my enthusiasm for the most important elements of my life. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and guest. The three areas I'd like to relate today are my family, my work, and my interests. Of course, my family is the most important. I met my wife Jody at Concordia College in Moorhead, Minnesota. She's a physician assistant at Mayo and works in Peds GI and Peds liver transplant. She inspires me, motivates me, and organizes me. For example, she ruthlessly wakes me up every morning at 4:15 to go running with her. Despite this flaw, her only flaw, we're still married after 25 years. Jody and I have two boys that have left the nest. Andrew graduated from Luther College with degrees in biology and political science, and Aaron is a sophomore at Luther College, also studying biology. Both boys attended Century High School here in Rochester, and both run cross-country and track in college. Andrew's getting married next summer. We're all very excited about this. And my friends have informed me that my role at the wedding will be to show up, shut up, and pay up. Like many of us here, work is a huge part of my life. I'm a recovering accountant. I started as a CPA and worked for several years in public accounting, but I spent most of my career in banking. Along the way, I became frustrated that I couldn't get useful information out of the computer system. So I learned to build data warehouses. 3 years ago, I started a consulting practice to help companies integrate and organize their data to put this esoteric information to use. As if accounting wasn't geeky enough. Going from accounting to data warehousing is like saying, I quit drinking, but now I've got this great new cocaine habit. I work full time and I like to work, but I also like to spend my free time. My wife says that my hobby is collecting hobbies, and I have a lot of them. However, Amit, my Toastmaster mentor, suggested that I keep the list to 3 this morning. So I can't talk about my koi pond, or my honeybees, or my orchard, or my garden, or my grapevines. And I won't talk about my fishing, or my hunting, or my taxidermy. And I won't even mention reading, or writing, or home brewing. And please tell Amit that I did not talk about playing tuba in the church polka band, or singing in the church choir, or leading the church youth group, because I'm keeping the list to 3 things today. Canoeing in the boundary waters, making balloon animals, and raising chickens. I average about 2 trips each year to the boundary waters. Those trips always seem to coincide with the 2 rainiest weeks of the summer. In fact, some people assume that I can cause it to rain. And whenever they have a forest fire up north, the Forest Service calls me and encourages me to go camping. I started making balloon animals a few years ago when I needed something else to embarrass my kids. Like playing tuba, twisting balloons always puts a smile on my face. And balloon animals have even made their way into some of the classes that I teach. I may be the only person to ever demonstrate data modeling using balloons. The hobby that takes up most of my time is my poultry flock. I have about 70 chickens, guinea hens, and bobwhite quail. Given the high cost of chicken feed and the amount of poop they generate, they supply me with the world's most expensive and labor-intensive eggs. But these chickens are not pets, and Jody is never surprised to come home to find a really, really fresh chicken supper waiting for her. The hobbies and work take a lot of my time, but I make time to stop and smell the roses. Hey, roses. I could plant some rose bushes this spring. Now you know a little more about me and how I spend my time. I seize the day with my family by spending time with them and making sure I don't take them for granted. I seize the day at work by doing something that I enjoy, no matter how geeky. And I seize the day with hobbies and interests that keep me learning and having fun. So when I die, I'll probably die busy. I may die broke, but I will not die bored. Mr. Toastmaster.